Well, Light, it's all over.
Hello guys, welcome back to my reaction channel. Today we're going to be reacting to Death Note episode 20. The last episode, again, insane, but I'm not gonna say anything, okay? I'm just gonna jump in and watch this next episode because I really want to see what the hell is gonna happen, okay? Because so far we're all over the place, okay? I need to know who is the new Kira. Because we just saw a shadow of him when Rem was talking down to him what to write, what to do. And this all, like, I can't forget the fact that this all seems to be Light's plan. Even though Light doesn't remember that plan. So how is this all gonna connect? Where is this going? What is gonna happen? Because so far it seems like Light and L are working together to solve this. But I keep forgetting that Rem is actually putting a Light's plan in place. Because he, got rid of the Death Note, the ownership willingly. So this is interesting. This is very interesting. So we're going to be jumping right into this, guys. But before we do, if you enjoy my reactions, feel free to share, subscribe, like, leave a comment, ring that bell for notifications, guys. Follow me on Instagram, join my Discord server, and my Patreon page. And without further ado, let's jump right into this reaction. The title is Makeshift. I also noticed the new intro. It's bomb! It's amazing. Okay, let's
begin tonight's meeting.
I'm hype.
There's supposed to be 8 of them, but only 7 are present. That must mean
we have cameras.
They probably killed one of their members.
Oh!
In order to further the growth of the Yotsuba group and best serve its financial interests, who should we kill next?
Okay, I'm sorry that I'm stopping again because at the ending of the last episode I thought that maybe the real Kira is the one that's missing because they said there should be 8 of them, it's only 7, but they suspected that they killed already one of the members. That's why the guy that spoke out in the ending of the last episode, the other guy told him, you might die next. So, okay, I'm assuming that they're in the right here.
You see? It's just like I told you last week.
This is not good at this rate. But before we get to that, there are several topics that we need to discuss. First, there is the issue of Hatori's death.
That was unavoidable. To be honest, in a certain sense, I'm relieved that Hatori's dead. Kira has demonstrated that we must be committed to these meetings. We now know what will happen if we try to leave.
I think we all understand what Hatori's death means for the rest of us. Let's not take it lightly. Now, moving on.
Okay, so this tells me that the real Kira isn't among them and that they're just playing hostages and he's just showing them who's in charge. Okay, they might be the ones that make the decision who gets to die, but he's still in charge, or she, or...
Our next topic is Geraldo Coyle's report. One of their members just died.
Yeah, they're
going to say.
Heartless.
So did we really pay $5 million for this report? I mean, come on, look at this. He hasn't found out anything important about L, like his name or his face. Is this Coyle guy seriously going to...
They mentioned that they hired the number 2 detective in the world to look into L, and it turns out that it is L. He's number 1, 2, and 3. Like, the first 3 places is L. It's just his alias has changed because he set it up that way.
Be of any use to us? Hold on a second. There is something very interesting in the last part of this report. Coyle's warning us that we can't afford to take L's existence too lightly. In particular, it says, the concentration of killings that are beneficial to Yotsuba will likely be noticed by L if they continue on Fridays and Saturdays.
Okay.
Sounds like this Geraldo Coyle has figured out what we've been up to. I admit it's quite impressive. At any rate, I personally think we should stop killing every weekend.
This is unbelievable. It's like they're trying to confess to everything.
As long as we have this video as evidence, we could probably arrest all 7.
But can they use it in court, though? Because this is a private conversation. In my country, they should be able to use this on court. But, I mean, it's Japan, so I don't know their legal system. I don't know.
One of them. This is not good. Kira hasn't been flexible out till now, has he? It would be nice if he could spread out his killings over the whole week.
The fact that Coil noticed what we've been up to makes it too dangerous to continue killing at our usual pace. From now on, we have to be even more careful and to make sure that nobody else happens to notice a trend in these deaths.
Now, on to the main topic.
So did L
Who should
did
we
L
kill?
say that on purpose that they kill on the weekends?
I think we should focus on ELF insurance. If they expand into the Japanese market, Yotsuba and many other companies will lose valuable clients to them.
Agreed. All right. Any objections to killing these people from ELF with accidental deaths?
No objections.
Is this for real?
Bruh, yeah,
How
that's
can they do
just-
this so easily?
Another potential candidate is Santoro Zenzai, a member of the Kugisawa group. He's been protesting Yotsuba's resort development plans. Zenzai is known to have high blood pressure, so we can designate a time for him to suffer a stroke resulting in natural death. Any objections?
Okay.
No objections.
Kira, deaths by accident, by disease, designated times of death? It's all just as we suspected.
The fact that Al isn't even shocked at this point. He's just eating his sweets, adding sugar and spice and everything nice. Quoting the Powerpuff Girls again. Bruh, like these guys, like yeah, they're confessing to everything, like everything. What is going on here? And Al's not even phased. He's just eating his like something is wrong here.
We were right.
No, unfortunately. We can only be completely sure after those people they've named are dead. We will continue to monitor these meetings and take note of what they say, how they act, and most importantly, whether the people they choose actually die. If we can confirm the connection between their plans and the deaths, then we'll definitely be able to catch Kira. What is it? There's no need to yell in unison.
I can't carry on knowing these people
Yeah.
will die. That's just immoral.
Right.
Here it comes.
I know you're planning to catch Kira by letting these guys actually carry out these murders, but we can't let that happen.
That's right. It's obvious that these 7 men are behind the killings. With Matsuda's testimony and this footage we've recorded, we have all the evidence.
You're
But-
making this difficult. If we were to take action now, everything we've done will go to waste.
So what do you say we take care of the ELF in 3 weeks, and as for Zenzai, we'll ask Kira to kill him this weekend. No objections. If that's what they're going to do, then there's not much time left. Light, we already know the phone numbers of these board members, don't we?
Yeah,
I don't care who we call. I need to reach one of these men and have them stop these murders.
Please hold on. That will cause suspicion. It would mean the investigation caught up to them 3 days after they were contacted by Iber. Also, it would make it far more unlikely that we would be able to discover who the real Kira might be. We can't afford such a huge setback seeing how far we've come.
Yeah, but why are they assuming it's only one person? What if the whole council is Kira? I mean, they are talking away like, let's get Kira to kill this, and you know. And I get it. He wants to single out the real Kira so they can arrest him and execute him. I mean, the death penalty and all. But, bro, the way these guys are operating right now, they're just calculating. They don't care. Like it's almost as if they're not. It's almost as if it's not a human life at stake. They're just, oh, want to kill this? Yeah, sure, why not? Want to kill him like this? Yeah, sure, why not? Like, it's just, bro, that's kind of brutal. Like, I can see why Light and his dad are like, shocked, shook. And I was here just like he's listening to this every day. Come on, man.
In order to catch Kira, we are going to need some solid proof.
That's true. That's true.
Ryuzaki, if one of these 7 men is in fact Kira, would it be safe to say that if I try calling one of them, the odds of that person actually being Kira is going to be 1 in 7?
I'm thinking there could be more than one Kira among them. A probability of 2 in 7 at most.
If we're prepared to let them know that the investigation is catching up to them, let's place our bets on these odds. Ryuzaki, I'm going to pose as L. Judging from their conversations so far, the one least likely to be Kira, but with most influence is... Namikawa.
If you're going to make a call, please use this phone. It's set up so it can't be traced or tapped.
So wait, he's gonna call them, and he's gonna pose as L, and he's gonna what? Also, and they're gonna watch the. Okay, so they're using the methods that L used on Light while Light was Kira in his own room. You know, when his house was bugged and he put on the news and everything, you know, and he watched the reaction of Light. Man, so they're gonna do that, and they're gonna try and deduce who the real Kira is among them, if he is in fact among them.
You know, this would all go a lot faster if we kill off the execs of our rival companies and be done with it.
That would be going.
They're calling this guy?
Why? We can kill them and split their holdings.
Is this Reiji Namikawa, head of the Yotsuba Group's marketing department?
Yes. And who is this?
Listen carefully, but don't draw attention to yourself. I am L. I've placed cameras and wiretaps around that meeting room. Even as I speak, I'm recording footage of your entire meeting.
The first thing you discussed was Hatori's death. Now you're debating who to kill next.
Am I correct?
He's been watching everything.
If you are not Kira, or if you are not someone who can contact Kira directly,
Let's make a deal.
A deal?
I need you to delay the deaths of ELF's president and Mr. Sensei by 1 month. I doubt it will be difficult for someone of your standing to accomplish that.
Bruh.
Yes, I see.
How are they not seeing that he's on a phone?
if you complete your end of the deal and cooperate with our requests from now on, then your crimes, not just yours, but everyone's
Crimes, with the exception of Kira's, will be pardoned, based on the premise that Kira blackmailed you into participating in these meetings.
I see. Okay. My only option is to join L. No, I'll be dead if Kira manages to find out. What should I do?
If you tell the others about this call, they will panic. It would be of no advantage to you. Everyone would be arrested immediately. But that's not my intention. I'm planning to go one-on-one against Kira.
Listen, if I win against Kira, you will be acquitted of all charges. If Kira wins, then you'll be free to carry on with your comfortable life.
Just play along with both parties. Staying on the sidelines would be best. You're not in that position to lose anything regardless of who wins in the end.
You would only be at a loss if I decided to arrest you right here and now.
Damn it. He already knew what answer.
Yeah, okay, this is... Oh, they're putting him in a very difficult spot, but I don't give a crap because he was killing people like a second ago. But yeah, how the hell are these guys not seeing that he's on a phone? Like, I would assume if you're talking about killing people and how you're gonna do it, as soon as somebody puts a phone in the conversation, everybody would stop and let him finish the phone call, because nobody wants to be overheard saying, let's kill this guy that way, here, then, you know? So this is kind of, what are they doing, okay? This guy is having a full-blown conversation with L, and everybody's like, oh, conveniently talking to each other and not even seeing, or you know? So, but yeah, he did raise a lot of good points. Like, if you tell him anything, like right now, it wouldn't be beneficial to you because they're all panic and will arrest you all right on the spot. But if you cooperate, you might get out of this alive and free, because if Kira beats me, you're gonna continue living on your comfortable life. But if I beat him, you're gonna be exonerated and, you know, acquitted of all charges. So it's a win-win for him, really. But what if he's Kira? You know, what if he's Kira? And it's very interesting that we do not know who the Kira is again. They haven't even showed us. So that's very...
I would have given.
That's all for now.
Right. I'll see you Monday then. What's going on, Namikawa? Who was that? One of my men screwed up again. I'll have to fix it on Monday. Anyway, sorry for the interruption. Let's get back on topic. We were discussing when we should kill Sensei and the men from ELF. Here's what I'm thinking. We'll give Coil 1 month to reveal L's identity. If he still hasn't uncovered the information we need, then we can go ahead and kill the targets randomly. Then we'll give him another month to investigate and repeat the process. Once we get rid of L permanently, we can go back to killing 2 or 3 people a week. In other words, our top priority should be the elimination of L.
Okay.
Once we kill L, there won't be anything standing in our way. But until then, we need to be careful.
Right.
I love how they came with the same conclusion as Light when he was Kira. Like, if I kill L, I'll be able to rule the world. And these guys are literally the same. Like, we need to dispose of this L person because he's the only one that's on that level. And it looks like, you know, Ali's, man, to be able to dance with these guys, even though they're like on supernatural levels and he's just, you know, basic, he's still so smart that he's able to predict even supernatural moves ahead. Like, bruh.
Sounds like a reasonable plan to me. We need to be extremely careful if we don't want to get caught. Then we're in agreement. We'll give Coyle 1 month.
Okay, so he managed to pull it off.
L, this should satisfy
Yeah.
you for now.
We'll still be meeting on a weekly basis. That is all.
He pulled it off.
Yeah.
You really are quite
Yeah,
amazing.
he played
Mike.
that perfectly.
Not only did you manage to delay the killings, but you also set up Namikawa as a potential mole for us. Sounded exactly like the sort of thing I would do, and you thought of it quicker than I did. At this rate, if I end up dying somehow, it's quite possible that you would be capable of succeeding me.
What? Why are you being so morbid? There isn't time for that. We only have a month to figure out Kira's identity and gather evidence against him to prove it. This is only the beginning.
Yes, but you were the one who first noticed the connection between Yotsuba and Kira. You actually might be more capable than I am. I honestly believe you could
That's a
take
lot
this
of
on.
praising, man.
Tell me, if I should die, would you take over for me, Azal?
Why does anybody need to take over Ezel? Like, it's not like you're the president. You know, you're a very gifted individual. Like, you're not Batman. I don't know, man, but I mean, I guess he is Batman. But yeah, again, very controversial here because Light Skinner, and now he's put in a position that he might become L one day as well. So, man, anything is possible for this boy. He has a bright future. He can be a murderer or the ultimate savior. But, man, I guess it all depends how you look at things. But, yeah, new rules. If written the same name or more than the death notes is completed with a seconds difference is regarding as something, the death notes will not take effect and individual written will not die. Okay, a new rule. Another one, the god of death must at least own death note. That those notes must never be lent or written by a human. Okay, we knew this. I'm gonna forget half of these rules, so you guys need to keep reminding me.
If I should die, would you take over from me, Azal?
And he's serious.
If he is Kira and just playing innocent, he's sure to say yes.
What are you talking about? As long as we're joined by these, we would die together anyway.
He's still testing him.
I see. Ryuzaki, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to tell everyone what you're really thinking right now. He thinks that if I am Kira, then there are two possibilities. Either I'm just pretending I'm not him and putting on an act, or Kira's power has passed on from me to someone else, and I have no memory that I was ever Kira in the first place.
Bruh.
He's trying to determine which, if either, is
They're
the truth.
just on that level.
The first theory, if I am putting on an act, he will never remove these handcuffs. No, even if I wasn't pretending to be innocent, I'm sure he still wouldn't take them off. Ryuzaki still believes that I'm Kira. Even if that power had been passed to someone else, he thinks that I would have planned to have it returned to me once I'm safe from suspicion.
Which is true.
In other words, I wasn't being controlled at all. He thinks it was a plan to pass on the power and arrange for it to come back to me once I've been cleared.
Impressive.
Is that what's gonna happen? Is that because I have been speculating, because like I said, this is all according to Light's plan apparently. That's what Rem said, and it's all so Misa would be good, okay? So I'm assuming that Light did have an amazing plan set up in motion if he planned so much ahead. But I don't see how it's all gonna go back, you know, how it's like he frisbeed that death note and he is expecting it to come back to him. You know, it's interesting. If it ever gets back to him, when he touches it, he's gonna remember everything, right? I believe some of you told me that in the comments. So that is interesting, man. That is. I can't wait to see.
Figured out exactly what I'd been thinking all this time.
Can't wait to see how this finishes.
Ryuzaki's theory is that once I steal L's title, I will become Kira again.
Correct.
Taking on the identity of L, having the power to control the police in every country while being Kira in secret. It's ideal.
That's the ultimate goal.
And you're thinking I could do it. No, that I would do it. That's what you're saying, isn't it?
Yes.
But what about now? I told you I don't want your title. That should prove even to you that I'm not putting on an act, shouldn't it?
True.
If this is all an act, and you are trying to steal my identity, there's no chance you would be foolish enough to reveal your plan in front of everyone.
Also true.
Wouldn't you agree?
Ryuzaki. Do you think that I'm actually capable of becoming a murderer? Kira? Even after I help you catch him? Do I seem like that kind of person to you?
The intensity.
Yes, you do. I've always thought so.
Ooh, now that's cold. That's cold. Simultaneously?
Not again.
Okay, break it up! Once is enough! It was a draw, so let's just leave it as an even match,
Draw.
okay?
Yeah, you're right. Anyway, let's focus on catching the Kira that's in front of us right now.
I'm sorry, but L is a full-blown monkey, man. He bounces with his legs, barefooted. He again put his stinky leg on Light's face.
As long as I have to
That's a
focus
win.
on, you
That's
shouldn't
a
have any
win.
complaints.
I suppose so. We only have a month, so there's no time to get distracted.
Ryuzaki,
Yes?
we have plenty of footage from this meeting. Can't we use that as evidence against those 7 men and prevent the murders of other criminals?
Here we go again. Unfortunately, no.
But why?
At the moment, we're not certain if Kira is among those 7 men.
True.
If all they have is a tenuous connection with him, then Kira will kill them as soon as they're arrested.
Yeah, and
We have to be absolutely
Move on.
sure that Kira is among them, so there's no point in detaining them now. And even if it does turn out to be one of them, it will still be quite difficult to determine who the culprit is. I believe it's still far too early for us to make our move.
Hold on. At the same time, we can't say that he's definitely not among the 7. That means there's a chance the killings will stop if we take this opportunity to arrest them.
I think Dad's right. There is a chance. We have to act on it.
Excuse me, but I think from now on I should go after Kira by myself. You can use these headquarters as you wish. I'll also be here, but we will be working independently. You can conduct your investigation under your own direction. Feel free to arrest those men if you like. I will be carrying on my own investigation. We'll only get into arguments if we don't split up and act separately at this point. This is for the best.
Are you saying you're going to figure out who Kira is by any means necessary?
Yes. This case will never be solved unless we capture Kira himself. Don't get me wrong, I wouldn't say that preventing more deaths is pointless. But if we don't uncover the entire truth once and for all, Kira will only appear again and the number of victims will continue to increase. That's why I believe it's more important to find out who Kira really is.
well, I agree, it is important, but if they divide their task force, they're just gonna nullify each other's actions. Like here, Al doesn't want to arrest them, and if they do want to arrest them and they go arrest him, then Al has to go back to the drawing board. You know, it's better and simpler if they continue working together. What is he thinking? Like, honestly. I mean, I see where he's coming from. They are bickering amongst themselves a lot right now, but still, man, come on.
As I've been saying, I'm opposed to arresting those 7 men. If you want to do so, then you will have to take responsibility for it. I will pursue Kira on my own. We only have 1 month. I wonder who will succeed.
Well, Light still needs to come with you.
Where are you going?
Yeah.
To Amania's room. Sorry, I know you're on your father's side and all this, but I can't remove these handcuffs. I'm afraid you're gonna have to come along with me.
So he is forced to work with him. Why is he going to her room though?
Light! I didn't know we were supposed to have a date. Oh, right, I should have known.
Misa Amane, tell me, do you love Light from the bottom of your heart?
Huh? Yeah. Of
Well,
course
that
I
was
do.
But you
creepy.
also worship Kira, don't you?
Well, yeah.
So then,
Oh,
if you had to choose between Light and Kira, who would you pick?
what? That's obvious. Of course it's gonna be Light. I'm really grateful to Kira and want to meet him someday in person, but that's not true love. I definitely choose Light.
But your precious Light is planning to catch Kira, isn't that right?
conflicts
Yes,
of
course I
interest.
have.
No!
He says he wants to catch Kira. Now what will you do?
Well, if that's what Light says, then I'm gonna support him no matter what.
I see. So if you were given the opportunity to work with Light on this investigation, would you take the offer?
What? Ryuzaki?
Yeah, of course I would. I'd do anything I could to help Light.
Wait, hold on a second. Where are you going with this?
Yeah, how the hell can she be useful? I mean, let's see where this goes.
I'm planning to have Iver pose as Geraldo Coil again. He'll tell the Yotsuba members that while he was investigating L, he discovered that Misa Amane might know who he is. He'll also tell them that L brought her in for questioning on suspicion that she was the second Kira.
That part is true.
If the Yotsuba group believes that Misa could be their lead to finding L, then they'll say that they want to meet her to discuss their advertising campaign. They'll use that opportunity to question her. Thanks to Matsuda's screw-up, they may already be considering Misa as their new spokesperson, so this could work.
Yeah, right.
We can't do that.
Why not?
This plan is too risky. Who knows what could happen to you?
Oh, wow. Does that mean you're worried about me? Yay!
Okay, I completely missed. I don't know what's happening. Like, it's probably the lack of sleep, but I completely missed that criminal dude that L brought in on the team. He was the one that disguised himself as Coil and is actually pretending to be the second detective in the world that's giving the information on L and all that. So yeah, I knew it was some guy that L probably, employed, but I completely missed that it was that dude. So that's how he wants to use Misa. Interesting. That actually might work. I mean, it might give us a different angle of insight.
But don't worry, I won't mind doing something like this if it's for you, Light.
Listen, Misa. If they suspect that you might know who L really is, we don't know how far they'll be willing to go to get that information.
No problemo. I promise I won't say anything, even if they torture me.
I can attest to that.
But Kira can control his victim's actions before their death. There's a good chance he might try to manipulate her into revealing what she knows and then kill
That's
her.
true.
Also, if he does manage to kill Elle, he won't have any use for Misa. He'd kill her to keep her silent.
I don't like the sound of that.
Too risky.
You forget that if we win against Kira, Misa won't die. Besides, as long as we're handcuffed together, you and I share the same fate. If I die, so will you.
He said that so
If that
nonchalantly.
happens, Misa is the one who would grieve most of all. Either we lose and both die together, or we successfully catch Kira. Which is it?
We catch Kira! I would never dream about living in a world without Light.
Yes, that would be dark.
Cut it out! This is...
That was an amazing pun! I would never dream of living in a world without light, because yes, that would be dark. I caught that, man. That was good.
just crazy!
We're running out of time, and I'm starting to get desperate. As for Misa Amane, I've turned to her because I know her bravery and love for you is boundless.
Do you really mean it?
Probably not.
Oh no, I think I've totally misunderstood you all this time. I even called you a pervert. But you actually do understand how I feel, don't you?
Yes, Misa is indisputably the most perfect and worthy woman for life.
Yay! You're such a sweetie. Thank you, Ryuzaki.
I could actually fall for you.
Let's not go that far. But you could maybe be a friend of mine. Would that be okay?
Yes, so now I've gained yet another friend.
Yeah, of course. Any friend of Lex is a friend of mine
He's
as
so
well.
weird! I love it!
Let's all be friends together.
Yay, fun.
And of course, I would never think of betraying any of my friends. With our powers combined, we'll arrest Kira.
Unfortunately, Light's taking a different investigative approach from us and will be working with his father and the others. I'm afraid it will just be you and I.
But you're cuffed.
What's up with that?
Come on, Elle, now you're just playing dirty. You're leaving me with no other choice but to join your...
No, that's quite all right.
What are you talking about? Of course he'll be joining us.
That's not it either. I've been opposed to this investigation since the beginning. It's too dangerous for her.
Oh, Light, you're so sweet. Thank you
You
for worrying about
used
me.
everything against
Please
him.
let me do this. I want to be useful to you somehow. If I can be useful, then maybe you'll love me even more. And besides, I would gladly die if it were for you, Light.
Bro.
Figuring out the logistics of arresting 7 people is going to be challenging. I don't suppose you two have any ideas. Mogi, Matsuda.
To be continued. Okay, we went back to crazy like that. She wants to die for him again. Man, come on. That's an interesting three-way, you gotta admit. Okay, L, Light, and Misa. Okay, I don't know where Al is going with this. I mean, I do, but interesting. It's interesting. I'm enjoying these episodes. I haven't been getting a lot of sleep though, so I'm missing a few things. I can see it, I feel it, but I'm sure you guys are gonna tell me in the comments and in my DMs what I missed. But bruh, this story is just continuing and building up, and I'm so excited to see how will this all get back to Light, because I still believe this is all part of his plan, and even L believes that. He's not letting Light get out of his sight even for a second. That's because he's still skeptical. He still thinks that this is all according to his plan. He's still testing him. And the fact that they started fighting like on the regular now, that their relationship is crazy. Honestly, they would be great friends if there weren't like enemies. Like ultimate nemesis of L is Light. But that bomb, that joke got me. Like, yes, that would be dark. Come on, classic. Anyway, guys, that's all I have for you today. I really enjoyed this episode. Hope you enjoyed the reaction, and I'll see you on the next one because my battery is about to die. So I'm not gonna prolong this any further. Have a great night, guys. Love you.